How to name an ionic compound. So the example you cannot use is NaCl. So how do I name NaCl? Number one, name the cation. So that is Na, and Na is simply sodium. Step 2, name the anion. So what I have already is sodium. I'm just dragging it down to step 2, but the second part is Cl, and that's chlorine. Step 3, change the ending of the anion to IDE. And so that's what I'm going to show. And change that ending of ene to IDE. So my final answer is the name of NaCl is sodium chloride. So those are the steps that I expect to see when naming an ionic compound. I need to see these steps. And then how to name a covalent compound. So the example you cannot use is CCl4. So step 1, use prefixes to name the first element. If there is only one, do not use the prefix mono. So since there is only one C, I'm simply going to name it carbon and not monocarbon. Step 2, use prefixes to name the second element. So I have carbon, and then this is 4. 4, we know, is tetra. So I'm writing tetrachlorine. So the last step is change the ending of the second element to IDE. So that's what I'm going to show. Carbon tetrachlorine. But I'm changing that ending to IDE. And I'm going to rewrite it to make it look nice. Carbon tetrachloride. So, boxing my answer. And that's how I expect to see how to name a covalent compound. These are detailed steps, y'all. How to write an ionic compound formula. So I'm going to do the reverse of the example. So we had sodium chloride. First thing we need to do, write out the element symbol. That's NaCl. And then step 2, find the oxidation number. So that is Na plus 1, Cl minus 1. And then 3, drop the sign. Okay, so now Na plus Cl minus, I just scribble it out. 4, swap the number and make them subscripts. I'm going to show that process. And in this process, there's an invisible 1. Okay, so I take that number and I swap. So we have the formula. NaCl. For the covalent compound formula, so we had carbon tetrachloride. So there's really just one step. Use the prefix to write the formula. So since there's only carbon, we assume 1. So 1C. Tetra tells us it is 4. So I'm going to make that 4 at the end of Cl. CCl4. Okay, so that's how you guys would write a covalent compound. These are the detailed steps that I was mentioning in the other video. Okay, have a good one.